All right, man. It's the free form rock podcast after show. We do this on Friday nights now, man, because I got a girlfriend named Jennifer. I need to hang out with her because she rules. So, and Booger's got a wife. I don't know what Tim does on Saturdays, but fucking we got shit to do, man. What's up, Mooger?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Going great. Cheers,
A
bitch.
little bit of a windy, stormy, rainy night here, man. What's it doing where you're at, Tim?
Not doing much, nothing. It was actually a nice day today. Sunny, warm, not bad
What?
for September.
Hey, man. Like Eddie
For the
Rabbit,
East Coast.
Eddie Rabbit says, what is it? What did Eddie Rabbit say? I just fucking forgot. Another rainy night, another rainy. I love Eddie Rabbit. Eddie Rabbit is like pop country. I
I've
I,
got that record. I've got that record
I
on
love a
vinyl.
rainy. I love some Glenn Campbell, man. Glenn Campbell rules Southern Nights, Wichita Lineman, again Southern Rhinestone Cowboy. I love
Yep.
that motherfucker. I'm not a country fan, but I like the good country,
Uh,
like Waylon
when you get
Jennings.
into them people, you gotta talk about Roy Clark.
Roy Clark was an amazing guitarist. I
Exactly.
used to watch Hee Haw every fucking week. You
Exactly.
motherfuckers had to watch Hee Haw with those fucking corn-fed blondes in there.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's why I love blondes.
Yeehaw!
Hey, Jennifer. I'm just saying, she's a blonde. But
And they were right. They were on right after Lawrence Welk.
oh fuck that.
Yes, you're absolutely
Oh
right, Tim.
God, God no. God no.
The
I
amazing
I
bubble
have I have
machine.
a group called the Survivors of Lawrence Welk.
And the one, and the two, and the
No, 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 no. Lawrence
Lawrence
Welk.
Welk and his amazing bubble machine.
No, no,
that was
Lawrence
money.
Welk. You guys are motherfucking triggering me. I had to watch Lawrence Welk with my grandpa and my grandma. That was one of the worst fucking torture chambers of all time. Was fucking Lawrence Welk. Fuck you, Lawrence Welk. Fuck your Lennon sisters. Fuck that fucking show. Fuck that show to fucking hell. Fuck Lawrence Welk. Join the group, Lawrence Welk. I got it somewhere. I think I got 8 members of that.
Mark, tell us how you really feel about
I
Lawrence Welk.
hate Welk. God damn, that was fucking torture. I wanted to watch the Three Stooges, man.
Get it
I
out.
didn't want to watch
Get it
Lawrence
out.
Welk.
Get it out. Get it out.
I want to
Get it
watch
out.
Doctor Who on PBS, not fucking Lawrence Welk.
Get it out. Get it out.
I
Vesuvius.
love Lucy,
Ves-
not fucking Lawrence Welk.
Vesuvius. Vesuvius. That's good.
Hey,
That's good.
like Seinfeld, Goose Fraba, Goose Fraba, Goose Fraba. You know what? That's gonna actually make you go crazy later.
Well, we now know who a musical hero of Marx was.
Fuck Lawrence Welk! Fuck him to hell! Well,
Was
he's
it the
dead.
bubble
No
machine
disrespect.
or Lawrence?
Me
You know.
thinks thou protest too much, Mark.
Okay. All right. I got some shit I need to talk about. I did a freeform video today. My friend posted she went and saw Dokken live. The band sounded fucking amazing. He's sitting on a chair. He gets up just as he's gonna have to sing his vocals. He's holding his back. Okay, he's holding his back. He gets up. I hear, I get lost in the middle. Oh, he tried to. He's like whispering the fucking songs, and the band is louder than he is. What? You have enough money, Don. You're fucking up that band. I love you, bro. Like I said today, I love you, Don. Those Dokken albums are fucking amazing to me. Up to Back for the Attack and fucking other Race the Slate was a fucking killer album too. Goddamn. And the albums you did, the last album you did was fucking amazing. Dude, retire. Don't do live shows anymore. You're ripping off the fucking fans. What do you guys think about that? Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Go for it.
The last time I saw him was maybe a year ago. And it was on that newest record tour. And I gotta say, his vocals, I mean, yeah, man, they're down, not necessarily like loud wise, but they're down note wise. Like their
Oh,
octave
He
he
sounds
lead.
yeah,
like
he's
Tom
singing an octave
Waits,
lower.
man. He sounds like
Okay,
Tom Waits.
okay. You gonna let
Okay.
me talk here?
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
So so the band, like you said, on fire. He comes out, he did not sound fucking horrible. And I know it was my buddy since seventh grade, my wife, myself. We we really thoroughly enjoyed that show. Did Dokken sound like Dokken from '86? Absolutely not. I mean, Don has been through the ringer, got a bum arm. He still smokes like a chimney from what I hear. He's not doing great for his vocals.
I heard he got beat the fuck up because somebody thought he was Mickey D.
Okay,
Is that
so
true?
once again, I'll finish my thought.
Well, I was
And
just asking you a question on that.
okay. Um, anyway, it was a really good show. I love the last record. I think it sounded great. I don't think we're ever gonna hear in my dreams again ever from this guy, and we never will. But yeah, man, I think that it's yeah, man, it's time just you don't need it. You don't need to be on the road like this unless he's got some financials we don't know about. We don't know any of his financials, by the way. This guy could have brought in millions of dollars and had millions going out. He could have millions coming in and owed millions and billions. Who knows, man?
Or maybe he's just touring
Maybe
for the
he
band.
needs it. No, he ain't doing it for ego. Maybe he just needs to be on the road to support an income. I don't know. I don't know the guy personally. I don't know his finances, but I do know that the last time I saw him, he was pretty fucking good. And the band was on fire, and I loved the new record. And I was like, I came out of that show going, wow, that was way better than I thought it was going to be. But the evidence is out there where he is failing on other shows. So where does he call it like, okay, I I just can't do it anymore. I don't know if they own their publishing, they've sold their publishing, they gave away their publishing, but something tells me that they do not own their publishing, or they would be selling their catalog and living the easy street. So I don't know.
But the videos that this lady who is my friend, I can't remember her name on Facebook, she posted a lot of videos and maybe a year ago he was better, but now, dude, it's like it made me cry because I love Don Dokken. I love Up from the Ashes, that fucking album with fucking Europe guitar player. Fucking
It had
great
a
fucking
really
album.
bad mix, but it was a really good album.
Really good album. Crash and Burn, fucking great fucking album.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
Great stuff. Fucking, I'm just going. I did see them in '87 when Aeros at the Long Beach Arena with Aerosmith with the Permanent Vacation tour on Back for the Attack tour.
Yes.
He was
Yes.
horrible then, but
What?
he was
He's
that whole show was bad because
really?
George Lynch was like they were fighting on stage. They weren't happy with each other on stage. But I did see them on the Erase the Slate tour at the House of Blues in LA, which is no longer there, by the way. And they were amazing. Years,
Well,
decade later, almost. Great.
well, they were great for me on the permanent vacation tour here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. On that tour, they fucking rocked it,
They
man. They just
didn't,
killed it.
dude. Don
Killed
was
it.
cussing at the fucking George Lynch for his amp being too loud. It was like my mom. I got her into Doc, and she loved Don's voice. I got my mom into more music than she ever got me into. She
Because
got me
he's a
into
crooner.
harmonies.
He's a crooner. He was never
No, but she
87.
liked his voice. She said he has such a beautiful voice, but why is he cussing out his guitar player so much? So it's like
That's because George was spiked on cocaine. So was Pilson. So was Mick. Don admits, at least in his eyes, that he was never a cocaine guy, but everybody else was. And he was like, "Can we just hold it together for a tour without doing so much coke?"
just think if that band wasn't as dysfunctional as Rat and Dokken. would have been fucking legacy acts right now. They're just fucking playing little clubs. Stephen Piercy's playing little clubs. They would have been playing arenas if they would have held
So
their shit together, man.
pick your priority. Is it going to be blow, or is it going to be getting on stage and giving everything you got and making the band work? No band who stays together for 52 weeks out of a year on a bus in planes and trains and automobiles,
I love that movie.
ain't none of them going to be best friends at the end of all that shit. But you throw in drugs in the middle of that, fuck
Mhm.
that. You're done.
Like the
We're just
first time I heard Dokken was Paris is Burning. And I was like, or Breaking the Chains, the album. And I was like, wow, who the hell are these guys? But I think the first track I heard of them was Paris is Burning. And I was like, wow. And then they came out with Tooth and Nail, and I was like, I was hooked. I was like, this great band. And then they came out with Under Lock and Key, which I didn't like.
Oh, I love that fucking
Thought it
album.
was way too commercial.
The Hunter, A
Compared to
Chained at Night,
no,
Lightning
but
Strikes. God
compared to
damn, that
Tooth
album rules.
no,
compared to Tooth
Tim's
and
got a
Nail.
point. Tim's got a point
But
because
compared to
you went
Tooth and
from like
Nail,
you went from Tooth and Nail, which is kind of more gritty, more like
more
a
raw.
good rock
It
Yeah.
record,
wasn't
like a
produced
good
well,
heavy
though.
hard
The album
rock
was
record.
muddy.
Because you have like Tooth and Nail.
Mhm.
I mean,
Straight
those
to the
ripping.
You go
top.
from Tooth and Nail to In My Dream.
Right.
It's still
And
the
But
I,
no, no,
same.
no, no. You go from fucking The Hunter and fucking Lightning Strikes Again. My God, that my Lightning Strikes Again was kind of
Two
no,
thrashy.
tracks. Two
but Mark,
tracks.
I'm not discrediting Under Lock and Key because I love that
It's
fucking
not
record.
love, it's a fucking amazing.
But Unchained the Night, I mean, come on.
But then
Like,
Unchained
then
and
they came
it's not
back with
love.
Back to the Attack, which I was like,
oh,
that's a good
it
album.
is. You're right.
Jaded
Yes.
That's a good
Heart. I
album.
love that fucking song.
But
That's the
Jaded
that's
last.
the
Heart.
thing that Under Lock and Key, to Tim's point, they glossed it up with so many goddamn harmonies and
Hmm.
so much
What's wrong
reverb.
with fucking harmonies,
And it was
man?
perfect for the time because I was in seventh grade at the time. I loved it. It was ear candy to me. It was perfect. Lightning strike. Yeah, man, dude, it was all good. But and then we get in the Back for the Attack, and they kind of stripped away some of that bullshit, and they
You
went
actually
back
heard the
to
guitars again.
yeah, exactly,
Hey,
dude.
George Lynch is playing his ass off under lock and key. I'm sorry.
It there's no question, man. There's no question that the musicianship wasn't good. It was just a production
It
on
was just
it.
glossed
Just the
over.
production.
It
Right.
was bubblegum. It was.
It
And
wasn't.
so many records that came out right then were
Mhm.
as well.
And
The
I weren't into
Ultimate Sin
bubblegum.
was an
So.
amazing Ozzy Osbourne record, but it's so glossed over. I
Hmm.
mean, and Under Lock and Key, so glossed over. Now I hear that now. I didn't hear that when I was 13 years old. I
Yeah.
loved it. And I
Yeah.
was like, this is ear candy. I love it, man.
And
And the songs were good.
I probably would have loved it more, a lot more, had I not heard Tooth and Nail first. You know what I mean? If I'd heard Tooth and Nail after I'd heard Under Lock and Key, that might have been a different ballgame. But I heard Tooth and Nail first, and I was like, well, they're better than this.
I will give you a timeline, like everybody says timeline. Under lock and key was
2002.
no, Under Lock and Key was my first Dokken album, and I went back to, but I did like fucking listen Into the Fire. I saw the videos. I didn't buy Tooth and Nail, but I bought Under Lock and Key first on cassette. So I will give you that timeline. But my first CD was fucking Dokken with the Paris is Burning on it, breaking the chains because that
Hmm.
I love that fucking breaking the chains around. That song could have been on fucking Under Lock and Key also. So it had the harmonies,
Very well. Yeah.
it had everything
I
on there,
think it's
man.
a very wimpy vocal delivery.
Breaking
Hmm.
the chains.
Very wimpy vocal delivery.
I love the
I
riff that George is doing on that
Oh, the
fucking song.
riff is amazing. And
God,
Don wrote the entire song. No one else wrote that. He wrote that.
Oh, Don says. I don't
And
know.
who?
Says a lot
I
of
said,
shit.
so Don says Don wrote the entire song.
Right. So Don Subs. Yeah.
I think Jeff Pilson
But
called
it's
him
like
out on Don
bringing
Says,
the change around you.
just look at
It's
Jeff
like you're trying to
Pilson.
be Sinatra singing a rock
But I
song.
just think
I love the song, but
Dokken got into trouble like most other bands when they got bigger, and all of a sudden everybody's ego started expanding more than it should,
right.
probably. And
But
it's
they
like,
were writing these.
I'm the band. No, I'm the band. No, I'm the band. And it's like y'all are part of the band.
Well,
You
this
know,
the
it's
same
a band is
like you
just that.
said like you said, Tim, happened to so many different bands.
Oh, it
Uh,
happens to all of them. It
yeah,
happens to every band.
and oh, Elektra wants to sign us, but they want our publishing, and they'll give us like 100,000 for the
Hmm.
publishing on all these songs. Holy shit! What are we gonna do with $100,000, man? Yeah, you're gonna blow that at the bar and blow in a
Not just that,
fucking
you
week.
got to remember $100,000, right? And you got to
Yep.
remember that's before taxes, and it's split four ways, or however members of the band,
Right.
you know. So you're
And any
getting,
of that
you
publishing
might walk away
recoupable
with
from your
20
recording.
grand in cash that's yours. And
So
it's
you
like,
walk away
okay,
with maybe 25,000.
yeah, so all right, so
And
25 grand.
that's a really good weekend in Hollywood, by the way.
So 25 grand, is that worth everything you put into creating all of these songs up to this point?
Yep.
Is it worth it?
And you were 23, 24 years old and broke and then living in Hollywood? Hell yeah, it is. Give me that 25 grand. I'll give you my song. And I won't own it for another 30 years.
And not only that, these songs, like when Dokken would have given up their royalties or their publishing, hadn't been out long enough to make them any money. So it's not like the Eagles are giving up their publishing catalog, but the songs have already made them a shit ton of millions of dollars. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
So, you're selling yourself short as far as I'm concerned, unless you don't plan on doing anything with the band anymore.
Right. But
You know,
all I'm saying though is that when you're young and dumb, full of cum, and a drug addict, and you
hmm
get 25 to
yeah.
$35,000 flashed in front of your face, you're going to take it.
Oh
And
yeah,
you're going to have a couple, and that
that's
is enough for maybe two good
mhm.
weekends in Hollywood. And if you don't end up dead, you're going to end up
I'll put
broke.
it I'll put it to you this way. Back in 1984, say, when this is going on, 85, something around
Yep,
there.
yep, 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 exactly.
If a band like, say, Aerosmith, if they'd said, we'll give you $100,000 for your back royalties, for your back publishing, they would have said, fuck you. Because they already had the money from Sweet Emotion, from Walk This Way, from
Actually, they didn't have that money because they blew it all on cocaine.
no, they blew it, but they made the money. The
But
money
they
was
they
made.
they they
The fact
signed
is,
with
they
they signed with
owned,
Geffen Records. They
right,
came back with their shit, and then they re-signed with Sony, and Sony gave them their publishing from the back catalog.
Right, but I'm saying that
They didn't have that money. They were destitute. They
but
were fucking out of money, dude.
the money had been made. So in other words, people were still going to come see Aerosmith for Walk This Way
But the thing is,
or
Aerosmith
Dream
was
On,
broke.
or
Aerosmith was broke at one time.
but
They
like
came
Dokken back
back.
then, nobody knew what the hell Dokken was.
they've been
So,
broke many times, not just one
so
time.
the songs haven't made any money yet
Right.
to bring people into the arenas,
I don't
from
think they
that
ever
point on.
headlined. I don't think Dokken ever headlined an arena tour. They always open
Only
for
only in
everybody.
Japan. Only in Japan.
I saw him open for Kiss. Yeah.
I saw them open for Aerosmith.
I saw them open for Aerosmith. I saw them open for Scorpions. I saw them open for a lot of people.
I've never seen them do an arena tour in America
I
at
mean, at
all.
one time they were the go-to opener. Like Wine
And
Key, same thing.
and
You
as
want a
a
solid
13,
opening band.
14, 15-year-old kid, I was wondering, why isn't Dokken a headliner? Inner turmoil, drug
Mm.
abuse, the fucking egos. They
because
couldn't get out
nobody
of
because
they couldn't
nobody
get out
wanted
of
to
their
take a
own
chance
goddamn
on Doc.
way and get a good enough management to say, smack them silly and go,
Hey,
you could be headliners.
hey, I love Poison, right? But
I'm
fucking
sorry.
Warrant was a superior band, and Warrant was open for fucking Poison. And now I think Warrant should have been the headliner over Poison back then on the
At the
Flesh and Blood
Flesh and
tour.
Blood tour?
Yes, I think,
No, no,
dude, Cherry Pie tour.
nope.
Warrant was sparse. I picked
I
Cherry.
saw Warrant headline at the same arena that I saw them open up on the same Cherry Pie tour for Flesh and Blood Poison. It was a Flesh and Blood tour, packed house. Warrant came back to headline the same arena a couple of months later, half filled. I
That
mean,
sucks because I will tell you this. Janie Lane is a million times better songwriter than Brett Michaels.
oh, I won't even go head to head with you on that, man. Absolutely agree with you. I mean, he was an amazing songwriter, but he was just
Fucked up in
Too many demons, man.
the He was fucked up in the head.
he had demons. So
He had
Doggy
demons, man.
Dog is better than any fucking Poison album.
Who?
Doggy
hmm.
Dog by Warrant
Oh
is
yeah.
better than any Poison album.
I'm gonna put
Eh,
Native Tongue and Dog Eat Dog up against each other.
eh.
Well, I love Native Tongue. I love Richie Kotzen. And I know Tim loves
Yes,
Richie Kotzen. But I will take Dog Eat Dog over Native Tongue.
I think Dog Eat Dog was
Yeah.
one of the best albums released in '89. I
I
mean,
agree
period.
with you. That was
Actually,
90.
I think
Along with Winger's Pole, I mean, that was good. Cinderella Still Climbing. Come on.
That was in the 90s, those albums. So it
No, Still Climbing was '89.
was 89. Oh.
Nope, nope, you're right. Still Climbing was 90, 91.
Cinderella.
Yeah, Cinderella. Still
No,
Climbing
Still
was.
Climbing was 94. God damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Native Tongue was in the 90s too.
91.
Native
Something like that.
Son, Native Tongue.
Yeah.
I said Native Tongue was in
Yeah.
the
Native Son,
90s.
Native Tongue. Yeah, it was. Native Tongue was 92.
And Dog Eat Dog was in 93, right?
No, I think it was earlier than that.
No, it wasn't in the 80s, dude.
Okay.
Cherry Pie was their last 80s album.
And we're gonna have so many people yelling at us. You're idiots. This is
And
when these albums were released.
and Warrant and I don't understand why they didn't do it. And I don't get it. I don't get it.
Dog Eat Dog was
Warrant
1992.
should have what they
Told
originally
you.
wanted to do was name the album Uncle Tom's Cabin and release it without Cherry Pie. They didn't even
Dude,
have that song.
the record company
Recorded the
made
album.
them write that because they didn't hear a single.
Right. But if they'd have just done it originally, Uncle Tom's Cabin released it, they would have, I think that would have sold much better than with Cherry Pie on it.
Uncle Tom's Cabin is one of the best metal hard rock songs of all time.
Tim, I respect what you're saying, but in the day, if you didn't have that steamship record label behind you, you're gonna fall through the goddamn cracks. And
Maybe not, but
had they not complied and wrote
I think they would have kept their balls.
oh, they would have kept their balls. They would have kept their
Well, they had
integrity
their
for
balls
sure.
in 92 with Dog Eat Dog, bitches.
Yes.
That's a great album. I'm not going to say
Great
it's not.
fucking
It's a
album.
great album.
Tim, I don't disagree with you. I really don't. But they wouldn't have been, there would have been nothing left for them at that point. They would have been cut off from Columbia. They would have been done. They would have had no cash flow
Well,
to do
as
another
Janie
record.
Lane said, when he came back in to meet with the head
Alice in
of
Chains
Warner
Dirt,
Brothers,
yeah.
Alice in Chains.
he came in and he used to be a big poster of Warrant, and then it was Alice in Chains.
Yeah. And that's okay because times change, man. It doesn't need to be
No, and
one
that's when
all the time.
and that's when they all cut their hair and went fucking full leather and all that bullshit. And here we go.
Right. Well, I tell you what, man. I mean, the plight 80s hair, as they call it, hair rock. I'm gonna call it glam rock. I don't like hair rock. So the 80s glam rock era killed itself, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Be
Thank
because
you,
you
Brittany
had
Fox.
that there were a few bands progressing better. And that was Poison, that was Warrant, that was Winger, believe it or not. That was
Hmm.
Cinderella. Never was a hair band, by the way. They were always a blues band,
Hmm.
blues hard rock band. I mean, you had all these bands kind of moving forward, and they got killed when Smells Like Teen Spirit came out. And that's okay. Everyone wants to say Smells Like Teen Spirit killed.
Well,
No. Because
again,
I had bands like fucking Pretty Boy Floyd,
yeah,
Tough,
yeah.
Aaron Camaro, I love you, but Tough sucked. They were a
I
fucking
agree with that. I try to listen to Tough because I love Aaron.
they were
They're
a
horrible.
goddamn copy of everything that everyone was trying to be. And
Stevie Rachelle.
they were like 5 days late and a week short. Okay.
Hmm.
I mean, it was so sad. It was like, oh my God,
Hmm.
Tough, Pretty Boy Floyd, what the fuck's this shit? And then so you did have like this transition of better music coming in. And you know what? I embrace it. I fucking love Soundgarden, Alice in Chains. I
Yes,
love
baby.
a lot of Nirvana. I
Yeah.
love Mother
No.
Love Bone.
Never did get into Nirvana.
Yeah,
Never,
Tim,
never,
Tim,
never.
I
It's
did get
okay.
into
It's
Nirvana, but
okay.
it
It's
got
Now,
boring
like
after
okay.
a while.
now, like I love Soundgarden. I love Mother Love Bone. I love all those bands, but
Alice in
not
Chains?
I
Alice
love
in
me some
Chains.
Pearl Jam,
Absolutely
some
love
Alice
them.
in Chains, but Nirvana's gobbledygook fucking lyrics.
I don't care, man. It just has something different to say and had a different way to say it and had a different sound. And I was a guitar player, so I was learning to play it. And it was good stuff for me.
That's
But
why to this day, one of my favorite all-time bands, period, is Motorhead,
yeah,
Motorhead rules.
because
We
they just went on stage and played what they wanted to play.
fuck yes it is.
And even Lemmy, when they came out with Another Perfect Day, which I thought was a fucking awesome album. I mean, just devastatingly awesome. He's coming out and he's saying it's a piece of shit. It's crap. It's nothing. This is his own band. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Tim, what did he say to open every show?
Huh?
What did
What?
he say to open every show?
Oh, he said this we are Motorhead and we play rock and roll.
Fuck yes. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, but it cracked me up. It's like his own band and he's talking shit about them. Who does that?
You know what?
What
Because
other musician does that?
he is a humble motherfucker. He ain't a narcissist, and he tells the truth.
Yeah,
I,
I'm not
I'm
knocking it. I
sorry,
thought it
but
was a
I didn't
breath of
like a
fresh
lot.
air myself.
I don't particularly care for a lot of Motorhead studio. I mean, Ace of Spades, Damage Case, Brazil.
Rock and
Those are all
roll?
great
Come on,
songs.
man.
I probably need to listen more, but
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna pick a fucking Motorhead album.
I'm like,
We,
okay.
I'm gonna pick a Motorhead. We did 1916 with Eddie kind of Strachey. Great album. And I think we need to do the debut album by fucking
We just
Motorhead.
really need to soften his vocals a little bit.
No, no, no. Lemmy is fucking pure raw rock and
No,
roll.
man.
You don't need to change Lemmy at all.
No, because Lemmy is fucking God and he's
I
a
was just
fucking
about to say that.
icon. He's an icon.
Okay.
I love Lemmy. I do.
Yeah, you
And
can't talk shit about Lemmy. You talk shit about Lemmy, dude. That's fucked up.
there's no shit talk from me about Lemmy. I mean, maybe I prefer some of his shit than other. Hey, I saw him open up for Was on their Kill Fuck Die tour in '96.
I bet Motorhead blew them off the stage.
Oh my God. 10 fucking fold,
Well,
dude.
I'll tell you what. I saw Motorhead and the Scorpions in Hamburg, Germany.
Ooh,
That I didn't in like a 500 seat club, maybe a
What?
1,000 seat club. Yeah,
What?
there's a ball. There's a backstory to that. Believe me. I'm
How
walking.
do you have any hearing left?
Yeah.
I'm walking
Well, I
past
saw
the.
Daily off a skyscraper, and I still have some hearing
I'm
left.
walking past the arena, and I see the Boar's Head on the marquee, and I'm like, there is only one band that has a Boar's Head for a symbol. And I looked, and sure enough, it said Motorhead. And I went, fuck me. I know where I'm going to be, you know. So I walked in, and the guy said, yeah, the Scorpions too. And I went, huh? And he said, because they were on their, this was back, they were Love at First Sting.
Holy shit.
They're on a massive arena tour, you know. It's like, what the fuck, guys? You know, and so I'm thinking, I'm like, what the hell's going on? You know, and I was talking to the bartender who spoke like pretty good English, not great, but pretty good. And I was like, what the hell? How the hell do you guys get the Scorpions and Motorhead on the same bill at the same night? And he said, oh,
In a
they're both off.
500 seat club.
Yeah, he said they're both off this tonight. And I was like, so? And he said, well, he said, you don't understand. He said, both these bands, when they started out, came here to play. And the owner helped them out quite a bit, both financially and got them out playing live and all that. So every time now that they've made it big, they come back when they can and repay him, you know, pay him back. He's like, just happens to be the Scorpions and Motorhead and just happened to be off tonight, so they're on the bill. It could have been the Scorpions and whoever else he helped, you know. It's just,
You know
and I
what?
was like,
You
you
know
got
what?
kidding me.
You know what sucks? Lemmy is dead. Just
Yeah,
saying.
they're all dead.
That guy was majorly rock and roll.
That whole band is dead.
Well, I don't care. Lemmy, that dude was a spirit of rock and roll. The
Mhm.
spirit, he had the spirit. You know, I like Oingo Boingo, but Oingo Boingo ain't fucking rock and roll. Lemmy is fucking rock and
Yeah, I mean,
fucking roll.
he
There ain't
Okay.
nobody out there ever now that is rock and roll as much as Lemmy.
Hey,
mhm.
one thing I will say as a musician, I saw a lot of even the last performances, mid performances, that fucking band never fucking missed a beat. I don't care how bad he was feeling, he nailed it. It was not like he had to like stop. Uh,
Mhm.
no, Lemmy said, we're Motorhead and we play rock and
And
We
roll.
roll.
play fucking rock
It
and
was
roll, bitch.
on,
Yeah.
on, baby. And it was on.
And
And,
it was on too, man, because that
Dude,
show,
you
oh my
guys
God,
saw
I was
Motorhead.
deaf
I
for
never
two
got to
weeks
see
after that
fucking
show.
Motorhead. That fucking sucks. I
well,
never got to see.
I got to see Motorhead with Mickey D. And like I said, they were opening for Wasp on the Kill Fuck Die tour. This was a small club, maybe 1,500 seater. And it was probably pretty packed for Motorhead.
Mhm.
After Motorhead, there's probably 500 people left there to watch Wasp. And
Dude,
Wasp was a joke that night.
dude,
Wasp
I,
was a
I
goddamn joke.
I saw Wasp twice.
I've seen him 3 times.
Okay, but guess who opened for them? The 2 times
Armored
I saw them.
fucking Saint.
Armored
Great
fucking
band.
say I got this fucking t-shirt from those two shows. Let me tell you, John Bush is one of the best. Besides Dio, Dio is my favorite metal singer of all time. Me and Tim agree on that. John Bush is my second.
Yes.
John Bush
He's a good
rules.
dude.
Armored Saint rules.
I,
Blackie Lawless is cool. I did enjoy Wasp playing, but I thought it should have been reversed. I thought Armored Saint should have closed the show and Blackie should have opened it. That's just me.
Hey,
Just,
I saw, like I said, I think the Motorhead Wasp was like a rotating headliner thing, and we happened to catch it with. All I know is this entire club is basically concrete and brick. Okay, it's an old kind of old cellar kind of place, and well, I'm sitting there, a 23-year-old punk with no earplugs, and Lemmy comes out. We're Motorhead, and we play rock and roll. I was like,
You got to see him, motherfucker. I never got to see
dude,
them.
my
I'm so
my
jealous.
I had a glass of like a cocktail sitting on the edge next to the wall, and it was moving. It was moving. It was moving. I was like, I had to catch my glass. The fucking sound was moving that glass down my fucking
I,
wall.
I told you
And my chest was hurting.
after I saw them, I was deaf for 2 weeks. And I mean
When I
deaf.
saw
Sorry, what?
Daily
I couldn't
Rope
hear
on the
anything.
skyscraper, that
What?
was one of the loudest concerts I
And
ever
I
seen.
and I worked the flight deck of an aircraft carrier.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was fucking loud, dude.
The
It
only
was
band
fucking
that come close to being that loud was I saw the Clash at Dartmouth College.
Hey, David Lee Roth on that skyscraper was really loud. Just saying.
Oh yeah, they was loud, but I saw them in Norfolk Scope, and it was a big building, so the sound had places to go, you know. But this was a small club, 500 seats, and I was standing right next to the speaker, for Christ's sakes.
the
Oh,
only concert that ever got that loud for me. I mean, it would be Motorhead. Um, one Tesla concert at a small
Oh,
club.
Tesla.
It was on the
You
bus tonight.
motherfucker, you just saw Tesla. I'm so
I
jealous.
did. I've seen them so many times.
Dude,
It's so
I
good.
only seen them once on the Hysteria tour in '87 on the
Well, I
Mechanical
tell you
Resonance
what, they
album.
don't sound any different. They are so
I
good.
know they don't, dude.
They're so good.
I saw
But
Tesla, Great White, and Badlands.
ooh,
Ooh, you
yes,
motherfucker, you saw
I saw that
Badlands?
same tour. I saw that goddamn same tour.
Fuck
Great Woods
you.
back in '89, I think it was.
Yep,
Fuck
89,
you.
exactly.
You
Yes,
saw
sir.
Badlands with fucking Ray Gillen?
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
One of the
And that
greatest vocalists of
so
all
Badlands
fucking
opened it
motherfucking
up.
time.
Great White, I think, closed it. Who was the middle?
Tesla.
Tesla.
So
There you go.
Badlands opened, and then Tesla and
He
Great
saw
White.
Ray
Right.
Gillen,
Right,
dude.
right, right, right. When Tesla was on their love song kick at that point.
Yep, yep.
And
The
and
great
then
radio controversy.
right. Yes, sir. Oh, I saw that tour too, and it was in our little expo center here at the it's kind of an annex to the Coliseum. So it's like a smaller venue, but not that small. And oh fuck yeah, man. I remember seeing Badlands. It's like they opened up with da 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 da
They
da da
opened
da
up.
da
They
da da
opened
da
my
da
show with
da da.
Highwire. I mean,
Oh,
Well, yeah.
Highwire rules.
right off the rip, you know.
Is if anybody out there, and I feel like I'm in outer space, if anybody out there can ever find me even a CD of that debut album, please let me know.
Dude, I found it on Amazon. It was like $15 and some people bought I put the link up. I was broke at that time, so I couldn't buy it. But I do have it digitally, and they thank me for finding that for them.
Well, find it for me, please.
Well, if they bring
I'll
it
give you
back,
your finder's fee.
you'll give me a finder's fee. You know, all you got to do is give me a kiss, bitch.
I thought I had it. Son of a bitch.
You know I love you, Mooger.
I love you.
I love you, brother. Fuck,
Ah,
man. Badlands. Let's talk about Badlands. My God, I had Greg Chase on here on the Freeform Rock podcast, and he talked about
No, no.
Badlands.
Bring it this way, Tim. There you go. Up this way. There you go. There you go.
High Wire, Eric
Ah,
Singer when he was the best. He
I
goes,
got
love it.
he sucked and kissed. I'm sorry. Eric Singer was great when he made his own music. I think
He's
it was
great
bad.
anyway.
But
ESP.
dude, they made
He's
him
always
dye
great.
his hair black. He was a blonde motherfucker. Kiss made him dye his hair
He's
black.
okay. He's good at anything he does. He's a great drummer.
He's a great drummer, dude. But the thing
Yeah.
is, Kiss made him dye his hair black to look like Peter Criss.
He started
And
off with Lita Ford.
no, Kiss didn't make him do anything. Kiss offered to have him dye his hair black for this amount of money. If
Yeah,
okay, yeah, my hair's
yeah.
black.
Kiss just said, "You want to make this amount of money? You're going to be a
Yes, I
brunette."
do.
Dude, he was a blonde. Yeah. Are you picking your nose on the show?
Which
I have
means
Ew.
allergies. My nose
which means
itches
that
so
he was
bad.
a brunette beforehand anyway.
He's a blonde motherfucker, and blondes rule, dude.
No,
Never fucking dye your hair.
he was bleaching his hair blonde,
Oh, he
which meant
was?
that he was a brunette beforehand anyway.
I think Winter's Call by Badlands is one of the best tracks ever.
Whoa. Ah, we need to do a review of this record.
I think we did. We'll do it again. I don't fucking care. We do. I think James West was on an episode. We could do it again. I don't fucking care. Because you know
I
what?
can't find it anywhere but on YouTube.
I have the fucking digital copy of it.
I don't.
I'll send it to you. Do you have what's that fucking thing?
We'll
I don't
talk
fucking
behind the scenes. We'll talk behind
we'll
the
talk
scenes.
about wherever I can send it to you. I'll send
I don't
you.
want to get anyone in trouble.
Yeah, I'll send it to you, man. Dr. X will send it to you. But let's get the fuck out of here, man. I'm fucking drunk. I know you're drunk. I know Tim isn't drunk. He's sober.
No,
How long you been sober?
27 and a half years.
We love you, Tim.
that deserves a shot.
That- I'm done drinking. I drank all my alcohol for tonight. But man, you guys rule. Go
To be
Niners.
honest with you, I've been drinking Sprite all night. So
That's fucking cool. But man, I love both of you guys. I will see you next time. Let's get the fuck out of here. Later, guys.
Peace.
Peace. Peace and drink a shot of whiskey, bitches. Later.